can just hop in where we left off. I was getting notices that my phone, my camera couldn't connect, so hopefully, I don't know, I went to go check that I was actually connected to our router, and it looks like we are, but I mean, that's just where we are for now. Okay, so jumping right back in, the topic is where the profitable business owners hang out. And I have known this for a while. It's a cliffhanger, right? And the answer is they're working. So they hang out where they're working. They're just doing work. And I know this. So if I want to become one of them, I just have to work as well. That's simply all there is to it. So, couple of things. So I know yesterday we started out talking about, so hello to everyone. Oh, excellent. Okay, it says it's still, I'm on my channel and it says that we are still, it says notify me. Excellent, we're streaming. Okay, great. So now I can see your comments. I will say hello. Hello, Stephen. And welcome, and thank you for listening. If you're listening on the replay, then hello, hello, and thank you for listening. So yesterday I had touched on a little bit the idea of a morning routine and what successful people do in the morning routine. And there's tons of information on this, and it's all about what works for you, but it's important and it's critical to have a process that does work for you. It doesn't matter so much what that process is as long as it works. And for me, it's just really helpful to gather information from other successful people and be able to adapt that to what works for me. If I find something that works for me, being able to fold that into my own routine. I love data and gathering information, and that is what really, that's something I find incredibly helpful. So, talking about daily routine, one person, I guess, creator, business owner that's really been inspiring me lately and for a while has been Casey Neistat, just really amazing creator guy. And I was rewatching some of his day in the life, like what his day is like. And I found it really helpful because he does certain things that, again, I do, but I like the order that he does them in. So thing one that he does is when he wakes up, he makes coffee, and then he does his emails and working from 5 to 7. So he's up by 4 and he's up from 5 to 7 a.m. So, and working from 5 to 7. Hey, Anthony, Frame of Mind, wonderful. Happy to see you here. So where do the smart business owners hang out? They hang out at their workstation. That's what they do. And I know there are things like civic groups or trade shows, conferences, things like that. So I'll talk more about that later on in the video. Right now I'm really focusing on the daily routine. And Casey Neistat has always been very inspirational. But I find, and so he works from 5 to 7 a.m. Then at 7 a.m. his daughter wakes up and he makes her breakfast. She leaves for school by 7:30, and then after she leaves, he goes for his run. The run always happens. So this is key because he does his work first and then he exercises. And I had been thinking I should exercise first and then work. But what I've seen happens is that the day just gets away from me. And once I come back from exercising, I shower, I get ready, and then there's my day kind of gone. So that's something that I'm kind of tweaking a little bit. And I did this morning. I was up by 7 this morning, which is 2 hours before I need to be up. So again, we're doing well. This is day 2, doing well. But I could be up earlier and getting stuff done, getting more stuff done. So that said, talking about the stuff that we get done, so I guess I'll talk about the stuff that I got done today and the daily steps that I'm taking to build the business. I actually sent out a bunch of emails, which for me is a good sign. At this point in my personal business journey, sending out emails is a good thing, and I want to be doing more of that outreach to people to people who can potentially bring in, from which I can, people that I can serve to ultimately bring in revenue. That's the goal. So the more I do that, the better. So really respecting the hustle and respecting other business owners. It's partnering with other business owners, right? So that's been tremendous. I sent out a freelance contract to a company that I'm hopefully going to be working with in the future. And I think for me, just hustling to make those contacts is really is key. So that was something that I got done before I went to the gym, which was very positive. So I would say that's like priority one tasks, is emailing with the intention to eventually, that's like a dollar driver or something that would drive revenue. So the other thing, and there's like that, I'm gonna say task below, of building the website up, which at this point is not making money. And I do have other streams of income, other activities that are making money. So if I talk about activities that drive income, revenue, that is one that's not there. That's like a level 2. So I was thinking, I had this goal to write 10 articles for this month in June, but that's not making any money. So do I want to focus my energy there, or do I want to make more videos and reach out and do more writing work that will make money? So that's probably where I want to focus my energy for sure. So that's where I am as far as that goes, and that's ideally something that will bring in that $200 to $300 per week that I'm looking for to run through my business, that will come to me personally, so my business is serving me, the owner of it, in order to increase my income and pay off debt and build wealth, which is the eventual goal. So as far as, again, determining those revenue generating activities, that's like level 1. Level 2 is kind of deciding what I want this business to eventually look like, and that is the planning phase. It takes a little bit more strategy and thought. So that's the part where I'm kind of, not that I'm stuck, but that I feel a little bit overwhelmed, because there's so many different ways to go, and I have no idea that I would enjoy. But it's just a little bit, there's so many different options. And that's, I think, where I get tripped up, is that there are so many options, and just picking one and getting started as far as the growth process goes. Because at that process, once you have some money coming in, you want to make it more. Natasha Williams, hello, happy to see you here. Welcome to the lunchtime live stream. So happy that you are on. Natasha, what are you about? What are you into? Are you a business owner? Are you someone who's looking to build a side hustle income? What's going on with you? So, because at this stage, when you're kind of trying to strategize around business, there are often sometimes some decisions to be made. You're thinking, what do I invest in, be that time or money? And that can be the challenge, right? You're looking to build a side hustle, Natasha, same, right? That's I'd say for the most part, that's why most of us are here. We're looking to build that side hustle income, which I know so many people, especially in this current climate, are looking to do. So, what have you done in the past, Natasha? Have you tried any side hustles? Have you done anything? How have you brought in income in the past, and what would you like to do more of? So, as far as business growth goes, I know that there are things that I can do as far, again, as my business growth. And one of them is being better about my accounting, my bookkeeping. And whether or not I eventually hire someone to do this for me, I want to know what the process is so that I know what I'm looking at and what I'm looking for. So I have a very good 2 friends that are both contractors that are dance teachers, and they both, and one friend has used QuickBooks Self-Employed for the longest time. And I have that on my phone, and I've kind of gotten so far as updating it with my information, because TurboTax and all that is all tied into your QuickBooks, which is convenient, right? You just kind of retail. Okay, so Natasha, you've done retail loan signing agent, but you stopped during the pandemic. Yep. That's actually an interesting one. If you're certified, you can kind of travel and be a mobile loan signing agent, which would be really lucrative. Like I've seen videos of people who do that. So I know for me, one thing that I can do to grow my business that won't cost a thing is to get on top of my my bookkeeping. So things that I have done to be on top of that was just this year I opened up a completely separate business checking account for this company, Well Behaved Wallet, which I can't believe that I hadn't done before. So that way, when it comes time to do taxes next year, I can say everything that ran through this business checking account was exclusively for Well Behaved Wallet. So that will ideally make things easier. I can also connect that business checking account to QuickBooks and then have QuickBooks automatically pull in those charges, which will be very helpful. So I am looking forward to that. I've also moved over many expenses to that checking account, which is great. Things that I had been paying out of my personal savings account and just adding in a deduction for, things like Canva, Adobe Pro, my Amazon Prime subscription, which I do use for business. So there are tons of things that I can add to that checking account, and there's a debit card attached to that, which is great because I only spend what I have. Perfect. And then when I get paid for doing this copywriting work, all that money will just come straight to the business checking account, and I'll be able to run that income through the account, which is great. So that's something that I've done that's certainly positive for growth. And again, as far as kind of growing to the next level, that will be a challenge. And that's something that I ideally will do in the early morning, that sort of dreaming and planning and research will come as I reserve those morning hours, when I'm kind of, when I get into the habit of using that time for business thought to get after that hustle. And something cool that happened yesterday was I had made the decision to wake up early, and I got up, and the first notice I saw on my phone was I don't check social media first off, I'm really on it. But the first notice the alert that came through was from this business checking account. I use Novo. I'm looking for an affiliate code, so that should be in the description box down below. The first notice that came through was for a deposit from Amazon affiliates into the account, so that was really, really encouraging. So that was just kind of a step heading in the right direction. So that's where we are for that check-in. So I may actually have to leave you a little bit early, guys, just because I've got a lot of meetings today for work, for my day job. So we are, that's what we're working on here. What I've got, but it looks like we were going for a good 15 minutes. So if you're listening to this on the replay, I thank you so much for listening, and I thank you guys for being here. It's always fun to hang out with you. Looking forward to dreaming and planning and growing and sharing the journey along the way. So thanks for tuning in. Bye.